Another one of my gang stalking attacks. Since my main attacker, I accused him of being a sexual predator because he fingered an underage girl on her front porch when she was passed out drunk, which is statutory rape of a minor. Well, one of his get-backs of trying to set me up was, and this even happened at my other buddy's house with all their fucking 16-year-old stepdaughter running around there, who my main attacker was obsessed with, is they actually had these 16-year-old girls and shit flirting with me all the time, trying to fucking set me up. And I even asked my buddy one day, and we're outside working out, I'm like, what's with these young girls always hitting on me? I mean, it's flattering and whatnot, but I just can't fucking go. And this attack went on constantly. Even on the hacks on my cell phone, they would be like, would you fuck her? Would you fuck her? Would you fuck her? For like 6 months straight. And when I'd be watching pornography, they'd be like, that looks like her. That looks like her. Would you fuck her? Would you fuck her? And then finally one night I had a fucking fit, and I'm like, yeah, I'd fuck the shit out of her. Now leave me the fuck alone. And guess what's the one piece of recording they showed people? And then another setup is my drug dealers even tried doing this to me. See, his stepdaughter worked at fucking, McDonald's. And every time I go in McDonald's, she got all of her little friends on it. You know what I mean? I go in there, there'd be all these minors hitting on me and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with the world? I cannot be the sexiest motherfucker in the world. You know what I mean? It was weird to me. And, because it was happening constantly everywhere I fucking went. And then, it's like he put a reward out there for like any underage girl that could get me to have sex with him in order to make me what he is. You know what I mean? To try and make me what he is. And let's see. It was weird. I mean, it is flattering. It was flattering, you know what I mean? When you're like 33, just get out of jail, ain't been laid in like 3 years, and you got fucking attractive young women trying to hit on you. I mean, it is flattering. It does kind of make you smile, like, damn, I didn't even think I'd be an option for something like that. That's crazy that I'm this old and I'm still attractive. But that wasn't the case. It was all part of the setup. Another tactic they use is all my drug dealers cut me off for a week, and then this random chick hits me up on Facebook. I get there at this local Skyline, and this chick's only like 16, and I'm like, the whole situation was awkward. And it's like, all right, let me get my shit, and then I'm out. Drop you off wherever. I ain't trying to stick around with you. And then she went in the bathroom and stayed in there, and I was like, I text her like, we going or not? I'm trying to get this and get back home. And then she said, yeah, in a minute. And then I left. Like, fuck it, the whole situation shit, I ain't sticking around. And then she's like, come back. I'm like, nah, I don't fucking think so. I don't think so. This smells like shit. And one of my attackers previously, before this, was one of their organized attacks, because somebody's like, watch out for them Latino girls because they look 18 but they're really blah blah blah. So somebody was looking out for me. The people that were supposed to be setting me up for this were actually, and you gotta, like I said, they orchestrated to have me raped already. So this guy was actually, these people were actually organizing, trying to get me to sleep with an underage girl just so they didn't look bad for doing it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It is so fucking weird when I reflect back, and it makes a lot more sense when I think back. It's like, I didn't know they was trying to set me up at the time. You know what I mean? I just thought, like, I must be working out good or something, you know what I mean? I'm getting a lot of attention from, like, weird places to be getting attention from. You know what I mean? And they text all my girlfriends and stuff, and tell chicks that I was dating not to have sex with me, and turn them on to the scheme and shit. One of them actually left me for dead, overdosed, and punched me in the face about 50 times. That was the day they set me up to be overdosed. You know what I mean? She punched me in the face 50 times, left me for dead. The guy that gave me the Fetty mixed with the meth realized that that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to set him up for murder. So he made her go back and call an ambulance. And then they busted a meth pipe in my truck. And then that was one of the times they arranged to have me taken out. I mean, the guy did warn me it was in there, but that ain't what I do. They know that's not what I do. And he showed me a microphone that a couple months later that the main attacker's sister's like, I lost the microphone last time I talked to her. She's the one that faked all the kidnappings and everything. So they arranged to have me overdosed. And one of the things they used to say over the headphones is if he'd have married my sister, he'd have been okay. Which was the setup for the overdose. It's like, if I'd still loved her because I quit heroin for her, I wouldn't have done the drugs and I'd still be alive. So they orchestrated to have me murdered on that day. Luckily, the guy, I don't even blame the guy that was blackmailed into doing it. And then they immediately called the police department on him because he was a loose end to cover it up, because everybody they worked with, eventually, I ran into all my friends in jail. Do you know why I ran into all my people in jail? Because when these people were done with them, they turned them into the law. That's what they did to them to cover up their loose ends. That's what they did to old Michael Hemingway. And that's why he got busted for his second meth lab, and he don't know who told on him. But I have a hunch that it was fucking them. I know it was fucking them, because they keep track and keep hacking all their targets and all their victims. Right now I'm waiting to get a vehicle to fucking get on the go, because that's what these people were trying to do to me. And it makes a lot of sense. And that makes sense, like I accused them of fucking his sister in her sleep, and that makes sense on why all the fucking, you know, they fucking ran around and told everybody I was incest and everything else like that. So every attack that ever was orchestrated against me all came from that original source and original family. So only a sexual predator wants to pay underage girls to go sleep with a guy to try and set them up. That is a fact. Ain't no normal person going to send their child, their fucking teenage daughter or whatever, to go hang out with me to try and get them to fuck me in order to set me up. If you do, you're a fucked up parent, for one. 2, I ain't that guy. And 3, only a fucking sexual predator arranges shit like that. That is a motherfucking fact. My attackers out here were on some bullshit. 100% bullshit, the people organizing all this shit. And that makes sense. A lot of it makes sense. It all makes sense now that I look back. So really, all my attackers were believing these people who orchestrated and arranged all this shit that said I was a fucked up sexual predator, but they were the ones orchestrating, making the child pornography, sending minors in to fucking try and fuck with me, telling all these other people all this fucked up shit about me in order to get me knocked off when they was the one up there doing it. You people were all played by the fucking devil. Every last one of you. Because nobody wants to send people and minors into that type of situation. Unless you're a fucking creep to begin with. Hacking people, watching them jerk off, recording the minors and hacking their phones too that are also involved, watching them masturbate, watching them do whatever. Fucking, yeah. There's some creepy ass shit going out here in northern Kentucky. Really creepy ass shit. And that's a gang stalking story and experience and what to expect when you're being group targeted by a pack of sexual predators. It's ridiculous, man. And that's the shit they tried to do. I'm not going to name no names because I'm not legally allowed to name no names, but if you were one of the people involved going along with this, you know what I'm telling you is the truth. Even a lot of my main attackers that were attacking me that were forced to know that them people were on some bullshit. They just didn't know who it was.